In this class, we are going to see nutrition and dietetics. See, what is nutrition and dietetics in the sense? It is a sub-discipline of medicine. It's a science that focuses on everything related to food and its effect on our health and overall well-being. Nutritionists and dietitians aim to improve people's health and help them make better dietary choices. So in this, first we are going to see the nutrition. Okay, you all know what is nutrition, but even then let us discuss about this. There are two types of nutrition. The main one is the autotrophic and next one is heterotrophic. The major part of the nutrition which takes place in the world is autotrophic, that is by plants. Okay, auto in the sense they themselves they prepare their own food. Okay, that is what called autotrophic. Auto means automatically they prepare their own food without any others help. Okay, so that is called as autotrophic nutrition. So this has happened on the leaf with the presence of the chlorophyll. That's why chlorophyll is a green color pigment which is present on the leaf. Okay, present on the leaf with the help of the chlorophyll and the sunlight. By utilizing the carbon dioxide and water, these leaves prepare its own food. Okay, the plants, all the plants prepare its own food. Okay, so the plant nutrition is known as autotrophic nutrition. And see some unicellular organisms, example Chlamydomonas. This is so chlorophyll is present inside this, so this also prepared. That is, these are called as phytoplanktons. Phyto means plants. Okay, so phytoplanktons also prepare their own food. Okay, next one, see heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic in the sense the organisms which depends on other organism for food is called as heterotrophic organism. Okay, so all the other organism except the plants are coming under this group. Okay, this type of nutrition. See, heterotrophic I explained, and other modes of nutrition in plants. Okay, other modes of nutrition in plants. There are some non-green plants which cannot prepare their food. They ready-made food prepared by the plants they utilize. Okay, and they follow the heterotrophic nutrition. They may be saprophytes, parasites, insectivorous plants. Okay, these three we can take the heterotrophic, saprophytes, parasites, insectivorous plants. See, what you are seeing here are the insectivorous plants. Okay, these are the insectivorous plants. This is called as Nepenthes. See here, it's a flask-like structure. When the insect come and sit in this, and there will be a liquid at the bottom of this flask-like structure. So the insect thought it is a honey and it enters, immediately this lid will close. Okay, so that is this part, there will be a digestive juices, so the insect will be digested in that and the plant absorb that. Okay, and this is also one of the insectivorous plant, and this also. Okay, see, you can see the insect which is trapped inside this. Okay, and let us see what is saprophyte. Saprophyte is an organism. They live on or grow on dead organic matter. They produce the digestive systems on the dead matter and change into simple nutrients. Okay, they absorb the nutrients in dissolved form and utilize it. Okay, utilize it, and they just absorb the nutrients from that solution and they grow. Okay, such a mode of nutrition is called as sapropathic nutrition, and those plants are called as saprophytes. Example, mushroom. Okay, mushroom, as well as this bread mold. Okay, you can see the bread mold, they grown like this. Okay, okay. Next one, see parasites. Parasites, Cuscuta. Cuscuta, it is an example. They cannot synthesize food material. Why? In the sense they lack of chlorophyll. Can you see this one, yellow in color, which is hanging on the tree, and here they are lack of chlorophyll. Okay, this Cuscuta is a parasite. It's a parasite. They live on the trees. Okay, they depend on the trees, and they just absorb the food from the tree and they grow. Okay, so the plants are the host. Next one, symbiotic plants. Okay, symbiotic plants, symbiotic modes of nutrition. What is this? What you are seeing here is called as lichen. Okay, lichen is a combination of algae and fungal. Okay, see, for example, this is fungal filament. Just imagine this is fungal filament. The algal cells are embedded in it. Okay, algal cells are embedded. This algae contains chlorophyll pigment, so they can prepare its own food, and this will absorb the water and give it to the algae, and protection also given by the fungi to the algal cells, and the algae gives nutrients to the fungi. So both are benefited here. Here both are benefited. Why it is looking like green color in the sense? Because of the presence of the algal cells in between the filaments of the fungi. Okay, so this is called as what? Lichen. This plant is called as lichen. So let us see this example. The symbiotic association between algae and fungi is called lichens. Okay, the algal partner is called phycobiont or photobiont. Okay, photobiont, and the fungal partner is called mycobiont. Algae provide nutrition for fungal partner. In turn, fungi provide protection and also help to fix the thallus to the substratum through rhizine. Okay. Here we are going to see the asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? In the sense, without the fusion of the gamete, if the reproduction takes place in the sense, it is called as asexual reproduction. Okay. So how these the small organisms like fungi, algae, they reproduce asexually in the sense it is through fragmentation, Soridia and Isidia. Okay, you have to keep these names in mind. It is fragmentation, Soridia and Isidia. I hope you all know that what is fragmentation. Okay, see, for example, this is the filament of fungal or any algal in the sense. See, let us see the Spirogyra. The Spirogyra cells are arranged like this. Okay. Okay, so exactly at this point they detach. Okay, they detach and they form 3 different algae now. Okay, and each and every segment they grow as a full organism afterwards. Okay, this is called as fragmentation. This is called as fragmentation. That is, the body of the organism split into 2 or more different parts. Okay, and each part develops as a new organism. So this is called as fragmentation, right? And the next one is Soridia. What is Soridia? Let us see. See here in this picture, what you are seeing is Soridia. Okay, this one is the Soridia. Okay, what you are seeing here, the green color as well as the white color, right? The green color is the algal, okay, algal cell, and the white one is the fungi. Okay, the hypha of the fungi. Okay, so you can see here clearly this is algae. The round green color is the algae. It is a single cell algae. Okay, and this is hypha. So they are doing symbiotic life. Okay, symbiotic life in the sense this hypha absorb the nutrients and give it to the algae. The algae will produce the food material, and this supply the food material to the fungal, and fungal give all the other nutrients to the algae. Okay, as well as the protection, right? So this is called a symbiotic relationship between the algae and the fungi. Okay, now how they are reproducing in the sense, this is the thallus. Okay, this part of the body. What is this called? It is a lichen. Okay, algae and fungi together it is called as lichen. Now this body is called as thallus. Okay, and this thallus, there will be a small broken part. Through that broken part, this Soridia will be distributed to the various parts. Okay, parts of the area, various different areas. This will be spread. Okay, when it break in the sense, all these Soridia, they will be taken away by the air. Okay, when it fall in a right place, then they grow as a new organism. Okay, this is what called Soridia. See, you can see here Soridia are minute, rounded, powdery, vegetative, reproductive bodies in lichen formed on the thallus surface in peschet-like areas called Sorelia. Okay, each soridium consists of few algal cells surrounded by fungal hyphae. Isidia are stalked, branched or unbranched papillate outgrowths formed on the thallus surface. Okay, so Isidia, this is there is no stalk. Okay, Isidia is having a stalk and it grows like that. Okay, so this is called as asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. Keep in mind. So Soridia and Isidia are the part of asexual reproduction. Okay. Now, what is sexual reproduction in the sense? How they are undergoing sexual reproduction in the sense? Mycobionts, okay, they undergo sexual reproduction and produces ascocarps. What you are seeing, the red color is ascocarps. The phenomenon by which two different organisms, they live together for mutual help is called symbiosis. The organisms are called symbiont. Okay, these organisms, they reproduce through which one? Sexual reproduction, and this part is called as ascocarp. Okay, ascocarp. Now, next one. See, in this hemosynthetic autotrophs. What do you mean by hemosynthetic autotrophs? Okay, see, for photosynthetic autotrophs, we know that are plants. Okay, they are green in color. They have the chlorophyll. Okay, chlorophyll by using where the chlorophyll will be. Chlorophyll is present in the leaves. Okay, so we all know that it is a green color pigment, and through that, by using the light, okay, sunlight, they produce their own food, isn't it? So this is called as photosynthesis. This process is called as photosynthesis. Then what is hemosynthesis? Hemosynthesis in the sense, instead of photo in the sense sunlight, instead of sunlight, some plants or some organism use chemicals to produce their own food. Okay, so it is called as hemosynthetic autotrophs organism. They themselves, they produce their own food by using some chemicals. Okay, one example, let us see here. It is Nitrosomonas. This is okay, this is a single cell organism. This Nitrosomonas, they oxidize ammonia into nitrate. Okay, they oxidize ammonia into nitrate. Okay, nitrate, at that time nitrite, actually ammonia into nitrite, you can see here. Nitrosomonas oxidizes ammonia into nitrate. At that time, some energy will be released. Okay, some energy will be released or liberated during this process. Okay, so they use that energy to synthesize carbohydrate. Okay, this Nitrosomonas, okay, they oxidize ammonia into nitrate, we see, isn't it? Ammonia into nitrate. So in this process, some energy will be liberated. What will be liberated? Some energy will be liberated that will be used for producing the food material. Okay, this use that to produce the food material. So it is called as hemosynthetic autotrophs. Okay, and now next one, see, it is Beggiatoa. Okay, Beggiatoa. What it does in the sense, it oxidizes H2S into sulfur and water. Okay, sulfur and water. So during this process, this oxidation process, which will be released, energy will be released, that will be utilized by this Beggiatoa to grow. Okay, grow. And sulfur is stored as granules inside the cell. Okay, see, you can see this is the Beggiatoa cells. The granules are stored inside. Okay, and next one is this is autotrophs we have seen. Next one, what we are going to see is hemosynthetic heterotrophs. Okay, this is also very important. Autotrophs we have seen. Heterotroph means what? What do you mean by heterotrophs? They depend on other animals. Okay, sorry, depend on other organism. Okay, depends on other organism. Hemosynthetic heterotrophs. Okay, now example is hemosynthetic heterotrophs are fungi, most bacteria, animals, and man. Okay, so we are utilizing other organisms to get the chemicals. Okay, to get the chemicals. Okay, now, so where we are getting the food material? We are getting the food material from some other organism. Okay, some other organism. Those organisms are called as hemosynthetic heterotrophs. Now let us see the next one. Now see here, mineral nutrition. So from the name itself it is given, it is mineral nutrition. Woodward observes plant grow better in muddy water than rainwater. What is the reason? Let us see. See, this is muddy water. Okay, muddy water, mud. This is mud, and this is rainwater. Okay, rainwater, and the plant is very healthy when it grows in the muddy water. Why? Why? Because you all know that rainwater is a pure water. Okay, pure water without any nutrients. Okay, without any nutrients, in the sense minerals. Okay, minerals won't be there, nothing will be there. It is distilled water actually. Okay, rainwater is distilled water. Okay, distilled water it is. Whereas here all the nutrients, all the minerals will be there in the muddy. Okay, the muddy water. Okay, muddy water or muddy land, whatever it may be, nutrients will be present. So the plants, they grow very well in the muddy water than in the rainwater. Okay, now let us see the next one. Characteristics of a mineral element. Normal growth and reproduction must be dependent on particular mineral elements. Okay, as essential element must have different influence on plant. Each and every plant requires a certain type of elements as well as minerals. Okay, so if the minerals present there, in the sense the plants grow very well. Now, essential elements must be indispensable and the substitutions by other elements must be impossible. Okay, so the essential elements must be there in the soil, otherwise it should be substituted by other means. Okay, by other means we have to substitute. See, for example, if you take the carrot needs a certain type of nutrients. Okay, beetroot needs another type of nutrients. Okay, so cabbage needs another type of nutrients. So like this, so this cannot live and this cannot produce a good crop in this land, and this beetroot cannot grow well in this land. Okay, okay, so so I hope that you find out the difference between this and this. Okay, so carrot needs a certain type of minerals to grow, and beetroot needs a certain type of minerals to grow, and cabbage needs another type of nutrients to grow. Okay, so all the minerals should be properly substituted to the plants. Okay, some elements are required in very low quantities and status of essential, non-essential. Okay, and some the plants needs, that is the quantity is in a high level, and some minerals the plants needs in a low level. Okay, so that we find out through various studies. According to that, the farmers will be educated by the government to grow the various crops. Okay, so mineral is very important for the plants also. Now, functions of minerals. Calcium. Okay, calcium found in middle lamella. Nitrogen and sulfur in proteins. Wherever these minerals are mineral function takes place, in the sense nitrogen and sulfur are very important for the production of the protein. Phosphorus is very important in nucleic acid, production of nucleic acid. Okay, minerals influence osmotic pressure of the plant cell. Minerals are very important because in plant cell most of the thing is the pressure is osmotic pressure. So from the water from the soil which goes to the tip of the shoot is only through the osmotic pressure. Okay, so this is very important. Which one? The minerals are very important. It absorbs from the soil, affects pH of cell sap. Elements like Fe, Cu, Mn and Zn acts as catalyst. Okay, that is iron, copper, manganese and zinc. Okay, or acts like a catalyst. And elements like calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium neutralizes the toxic effects of other elements. Okay, elements like As, Cu, Hg show toxic effects at plants. Okay, the position of ions like K plus and calcium plus plus on cell membrane changes its permeability. Okay, so all these material minerals are very important. Okay, very important in plant life. What is a food chain? So let us see what is food chain. Food chain is which happens in the ecosystem. Okay, there are oceanic ecosystem. Okay, oceanic ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem, oceanic. Okay, ecosystem, terrestrial. Okay, terrestrial ecosystem, and actually, frankly to say, there are two major ecosystem, that is terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Okay, aquatic in the sense pond, okay, pond, river, ocean, all those seas. Okay, all the water bodies, whatever the water bodies are there, there will be some food chain that is called as aquatic food chain. And terrestrial in the sense land. Okay, land. The food chain takes place on land is called as terrestrial food chain. Okay, the food chain takes place on land is called as terrestrial food chain, and aquatic food chain in the sense which takes place in the water. Okay, water. Okay, now what is food chain? Food chain in the sense one organism is the food for the another organism. Okay, that goes on. This organism is the food for another organism. So this may be a short one or a long one. Okay, it goes on. Let us see one by one. See, what you are seeing here is the terrestrial food chain. You can see this. This is called as primary producer. What do you mean by primary producer? Example, let us take the grass. Okay, the grass is green in color. It absorbs the sunlight. The presence of the sunlight, they take the carbon dioxide from outside. Okay, CO2 from the air it takes. Okay, then it takes the water from the soil. Okay, soil, it takes which one? Water, and it produces the food material. So they are producing, yes, right? So they are called as primary producer. They are called as primary producer. This grass will be eaten up by the grasshopper. Okay, grasshopper lives on the grass. Okay, grassland. So they eat the grass and they grow. Okay, so consumer, it is consuming, not producing. Okay, so it is called as primary consumer. Primary in the sense first who is eating the plant, in the sense the grasshopper. So it is called as primary. Okay, first. Next one, see, this grasshopper is eaten up by the frog. This is called a secondary consumer. Why secondary consumer? In the sense frog cannot eat the grass, isn't it? Frog cannot eat grass. It can eat only the grasshopper and other insects. So it is called a secondary. Okay. And now come here. The snake eats the frog. Okay. Frog is eaten up by the snake. So it is called as tertiary consumer. Why it is called as tertiary? Because 1, 2, 3. Okay. So tertiary consumer. So snake cannot eat the grass, or it cannot eat the grasshopper. So it likes the frog. Okay. And this is called as tertiary consumer. Now this snake is eaten up by the hawk. So it is the topmost food chain, topmost level of the food chain. So it is called as apex consumer. Okay, topmost, apex consumer. And then after if this animal dies, it cannot be eaten up by anybody. So this animal dies in the sense it falls on the land. So who lives on that? In the sense bacteria and fungi. Okay, bacteria and fungi, these are called as decomposers. So they decompose this animal, and this animal will mix along with the land. Okay, so the nutrient goes into the land. Some amount of nutrients will be taken up by the fungi and bacteria for its growth. The rest will mix with the sand. Okay, now this is the terrestrial food chain. Next one, see, oceanic food chain. Okay, see, you have to remember one important point here. What is the ocean? Ocean is the largest ecosystem. Okay, ocean is the largest ecosystem. You can have this in this point. Largest ecosystem in the world or on the earth is the ocean. Okay, ocean. Okay, so let us see here. See here. So who is the producer here? The phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons means they have the chlorophyll. So they can produce their own food. produce their own food. Okay, this is by using the sunlight they produce the food. Okay, so they are called as primary producer. This will be, okay, this phytoplanktons will be taken up by the zooplanktons. So who are the zooplanktons? Small organisms of the other organisms are called as zooplankton, or else the some zooplankton will be too small. Okay, too small. They they consume the primary producers. So these are called as zooplanktons are called as primary consumers. Okay, they cannot produce because they don't have the chlorophyll, right? And these small organisms will be, or the zooplanktons will be eaten up by the small fishes. Then this will be by the big fish. Then by the tuna. This is a little more big. Then this tuna will be eaten up by the great white shark. Okay. So you can see this is secondary consumers and this is the tertiary consumer. Okay. If this animal dies, that falls on the floor of the ocean and it may be taken up by the land of the ocean. Okay. So this is oceanic food chain. Okay, oceanic food chain. And one more important point you have to keep in mind is largest ecosystem is the ocean. Okay, more than 71% of the earth's surface is under it. Okay, how many? 71% of the earth's surface is under ocean. Okay, it provides living things more than 3 billion species. This also keep in mind. 3 billion species of animals are living, animals as well as other organisms are living in this ocean. 3 billion species. Okay, let us see. This is food web. So what is food web? Food chain is in the sense it is in a proper way. Okay, and it ends. Okay, there will be a starting, there is a starting and there will be an ending, right? Whereas in food web there is no such. Okay, no such. So this animal will be eaten up by this one, that one, and the human. Okay, so let us take the shrimp or crab. Let us take this crab will be eaten up by the fish. It will be eaten up by the crane. It will be eaten up by man. Okay, so many animals will eat this one. So it is called as web. See, this is a shell. Okay, shell animal. This will be eaten up by this fish. This one. Okay, this is also another one. Larva that is eaten up by the fish. The small Daphnia is eaten up by the tadpole. Tadpole is eaten up by another fish. Okay, so like that. It is a web. This plant is eaten up by this clam, and this is eaten up by the tadpole. And here the algae. Okay, algae is eaten up by the clam. So the small plants will be eaten up by this strand. Okay, so many, it is a web. Okay, it is like a web net. Okay, net or web it is called. So why it is called as a food web. Okay, so here also scavengers, decomposers will be, they decompose the animals after their death. Okay, so this is called as food web. Okay, now see hydroponics. So from the name itself, you know, it is hydroponics means growing of plants in water. Okay, growing of plants in water. Okay, so what is this technique in the sense? See, you can see pipe-like systems which is arranged. Okay, arranged, and at this then and there will be holes. Okay, so the seedlings will be placed here, and what will be passed here in the sense a nutrient solvent. Okay, nutrient solution will be given to the plants. That is, see, for example, if this is a lettuce, in the sense what is required for the lettuce to grow in a healthy way, that will be find out early, and it will be given all the nutrients which is required for this growth will be in the solvent. Okay, or in the solution. Okay, in the solution. So these plants grow very nicely or very healthy. So the harvest is very nice. Okay, very nice. So this type of hydroponics requires, okay, very less land, as well as there is no tilting, no weeding. Okay, so very easily we can grow this if you plant in a proper way. Okay, so what type of plants or what type of vegetables can grow in such type of hydroponics? In the sense, it is carrot, radish, potatoes, tomatoes, lettuce, so and so plants, as well as some flowers. Okay, flower, what we call uh, some flowers like gladiolus, okay, snapdragon, roses. Okay, those all can be grown very nicely by using this method. Which one? Hydroponics. Okay, so what will be supplied here? They supply water with all nutrients which are required for the growth of this particular plant. Okay, so advantage. What are the advantage of this one? Let us see. What are the advantage? First one is provide desired nutrient to the environment. Okay, acid base balance easily maintained. Mulching, changing of soil and weeding are eliminated. Proper aeration of nutrient is possible. Labor of watering of plants can be avoided. Tilting is not necessary. So many usage. Okay, so very less amount of labor is enough for this method. Okay, next one, see aeroponics. What is the aeroponics? So you can see the plants are on the air. Okay, on the air. How they get the water in the sense? See inside, you can see now. So there will be moist nozzles will be. Okay, these nozzles, they just spring. Okay, just they spring the solution, nutrient solution into the air. Okay, into the air. That these are the spray. Okay, they are spraying the nutrient solution. These are the nutrient solutions. They are, this mist nozzle is spraying. Okay, so the plants are in the air. The roots are hanging. Can you see? So inside the roots will be, so this nozzles just what, spray the nutrient solution into this, so they absorb those things and they grow nicely. Okay, so all these plants are growing by aeroponics. Okay, now let us see the growth medium in this type is primarily the air. Root hangs in the air and misted with the nutrient solutions and the aerosol of nutrient solution. The misting is usually done for every few minutes. This misting will be done, otherwise the roots dry. Okay, so we have to take care in this. Every few minutes this nutrients will be spray. Okay, spray for every few minutes. Okay, next one, aquaponics. Aquaponics, what is aquaponics in the sense? See, you can see here, this is the top layer is planted by the plants, and the inside the tank the fish are there. Okay, fish are there. So aquaponics, aqua is going on, aquaculture is going on, and plant cultivation is also going on. Okay, they absorb this water, that is this nutrient is sufficient for this plant growth. Okay, see, for example, if we release the fishes, so many fishes, the excreta of the fish is a good nutrient for the plants to grow. Okay, so extra nutrient is not necessary for the plant. This alone is more than enough. Okay, this nutrient is more than enough for the plant. So this is aquaponics. Okay, so thank you very much. Share this video to those who are preparing for the competitive exam, and subscribe this channel, support this channel. Thank you very much.